So remember at this point that Bengal becomes the important issue. I want to also tell you about what the key candidates and what the situation has been like. For example, these are some of the big candidates when it comes to the Bengal state. As our election intelligence dashboard says, let's take a look at Abhishek Banerjee, nephew of Mamata Banerjee. He is also the General Secretary. He holds a lot of stronghold when it comes to the party and the decision making. He is from Diamond Harbour. Against him is Abhijit Das of the Bharatiya Janata Party, but there is also a Communist Party. Remember, CPM for the longest time held sway in Bengal. Of course, a lot has changed over the years as more parties, TMC, Congress, and now the BJP also trying to make inroads. And also, let's take a look. As you can see, Saini Ghosh is contesting from Jadavpur. Saira Shah Halim from the CPM from Kolkata. Dakshin comes from a reputed Fauji family as well. Saugata Roy, also remember, has been a known face now for the TMC this time. Against him from the BJP former MLA Silbhatra Datta, and against CPM making it a three-way contest, Sujan Chakrabarti. But I also want to tell you how Bengal has voted previously as well. Let me take you through, and with the sort of turnout that has come in previously. So this is how Bengal has voted in the seventh phase. 74%, 78%, 78%, slightly down to 77%. Will they maintain that high tally when it comes to Bengal? It's been a good turnout all this while in previous phases. How will it be in 2024? Will the people of Bengal come out in large numbers in this case? So I want to go across now to Anirban joining me from the ground. Anirban, where are you? With the polling started, what is the number looking like? And we have high hope from the people of Bengal to come out as voters in large numbers.
Well, the polling has already started, Pooja, and right now we are in Diamond Harbour constituency where the main fight is between the TMC second in command, Abhishek Banerjee, and versus BJP's Abhijit Das, who is also known as Bobby in his area. Right now we are following the convoy of the candidate Abhijit Das, and who is alleged already that there is some booth jamming and some atrocities that has been faced by his workers, BJP workers over here in various places of Diamond Harbour Lok Sabha constituency. And right now, Abhishek Banerjee, who is already the sitting MP of Diamond Harbour, is also going to cast his vote in his own constituency, and after that he is going to visit. But still, the BJP candidate is roaming around, and he is going to the booths where he has already get the complaints of being booth jamming or etc. right now. And right now we are in Diamond Harbour, and so far we have seen the polling has started peacefully in Bengal, but some of the allegations that has been coming in from the Diamond Harbour Lok Sabha itself by BJP candidate. Pooja.
Anirban, keep tracking the latest on that, because as I look through, specifically when it comes to Bengal, and we look at this vote share this time. In the vote share, look how it had been close with regard to the BJP also trying to make inroads. TMC, of course, had a higher percentage, but Congress and other parties have managed to. It's been a very interesting contest when it comes to Bengal. Suryagini Roy is also joining me now. Suryagini, are you also in Kolkata? Because it's not just about the capital city. It's the turf of Mamata Banerjee now, formerly of the Communist parties, where Congress wants to ensure it doesn't cede space and the BJP wants to make inroads.
Well, absolutely, Pooja. The final day of polling over here, not only in the country, but Bengal has had a long election. Let's not forget that 3 states went for 7 phases of polling, Bengal being one of them. 9 seats in contest, all high-profile seats, as we have been speaking about Abhishek Banerjee or Rekha Patra, Saugata Roy, even Kolkata South and Jadavpur as well. These have been very, very important seats. Now, it's politically and data-wise, in the past 10 years, it's considered to be a bastion of the Trinamool Congress. The BJP has been trying hard to, foray into the southern part of West Bengal and make a dent there. So that becomes a very, very important aspect. Whether or not the BJP is able to, make a dent in South Bengal or not. The left and the Congress, as you have been mentioning, Pooja, they are, fighting it out together against the BJP and the Trinamool Congress. One very important aspect, as you mentioned, Pooja, that the polling percentage has been very, it's been very good. And we have seen it, be it in suburbs, be it in rural areas, or even in urban centers. One thing which we have witnessed since morning, ever since we arrived over here, was the long queue. If you can just, if I had asked my camera person to just show you the queue of the people, they are coming out, they are polling. One wonderful visual that, that it's very delightful is the mere fact when, senior citizens come out to cast their votes. I have seen people who can barely walk, but they are bringing in their family members, or the CRPF or the police are helping them to make sure that, they can get in and cast their votes. Even I have to cast my vote. I'm a voter of this constituency in Kolkata as well. So it's a very, very, it's the final day of polling over here in Bengal and in the country. And on the 4th of June, we will get all the answers that we have been waiting for. And we hope that it's going to be a very peaceful polling day in Bengal, as it had started just like that. Back to you.
That's where you've hit the point there, and that's what I was about to say, that let's just hope that, because Bengal has seen, the only state that has seen so much violence pre-elections, during the polling as well, it's been disheartening, and this is despite always a high turnout. Let's just hope it's peaceful this time, even though, remember, it's going to be very interesting with almost a four-cornered contest in some areas.